Robin Williams is kind of known for like this over the topness and everything, but I don't think that that's a bad thing in this.
No, because it's these fits of madness, and also just these fits of youthfulness.
Yeah.
He has this jubilance to
Yeah.
him in so many of the scenes and the way he approaches life. And it's interesting that his PTSD regressed him, I would say, to being a child in a fairy tale. It's sad because you know how much pain is locked inside of this man. But at the same time, he seems to be living his best life by being in the present. And also, I mean, we've seen it throughout literature. The fool can be the best person. It's the most enlightened. And so that's what we're getting.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting from him.
Well, thank you for like completely setting up my entire master's thesis
All right, good.
right there, because that's what it was about. Um, I basically wrote about the characters of Fool and King Lear, and how that character was, like, ironically, the wisest person in the play. He does disappear halfway through the play, and Lear kind of loses it completely at that point. But it is really interesting because King Lear is a play about madness and grief, and, you know, has this fool character who is constantly a speaker of truth, even when Lear really doesn't want to hear it, and a lot of times at the beginning of the play he doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely a Shakespearean element to this, and I mean, I'm sure that that really makes sense because Terry Gilliam is the director. He did not write this movie, but he did direct it, and he is very connected to classical literature. I mean, he worked very hard for years on like a Don Quixote type of thing.
Yeah.
And this is his second Grail movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although the first one was a Monty Python movie, which is truly one of my favorite movies of all time. So
That's great. Well, it's also interesting to note that I thought Robin Williams favored Graham Chapman in his look in this
I
film.
really agreed with you a ton. Especially Graham Chapman as King Arthur and Monty Python and the
Yes.
Holy Grail.
Yes.
They have the same kind of beard,
Yes.
the same kind of color. Yeah, and I thought that was interesting.